Hey guys, Jared here, and where the hell is my Saturday review? Damn you! Alright, so we have a very special video for you today, and by we, I mean me. Something very important. We need to discuss the future of Saturnday. Every couple of months I like to do a video like this to basically let you know where we are on this global timeline of completing all the North American released Sega Saturn games. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I think I should have numbered the videos. I think I should have said something like SSR 1, Sega Saturn Review 1, and gone through them all like that, just so that you get an idea of just how many videos have been made for Sega Saturn reviews. We're really getting there. I don't know if we're quite halfway there. If you exclude the sports games, which I really wanted to do, because some of you guys might be interested in, say, like golf or stuff like that, but there are Mahjong games, there are countless hockey games and basketball games and golf games and you name it. I'm not a huge fan of those. If you want to see those, we could do that, but it would be months and months worth of content that I'm not sure is really, quite frankly, is it worth my time to do that? To suffer through all those games, I don't know. Now, if we remove those games, we are getting there. We are probably over half of the Sega Saturn releases in North America that I've already covered, if you exclude those. Maybe. So here's the thing. Given time, especially my schedule, it's getting very hard for me to pump these out on a weekly basis. So what you've seen me do is I sort of batch them together, right? So you'll get 2 to 3 videos, then a little pause, 2 to 3 videos, then a little pause. I just haven't been able to get the time to work on them all individually. So in other words, to record footage of one, slap it all together and get it online. So what I've been doing is, in the free time I have, I've sort of been batching, which goes directly against what I do for a career, but that's besides the point. I've been batching the video feeds together, throwing them online, because I can work at them from different areas. I can do a little bit from my laptop, I can do some from the desktop here, so it gives me a little bit of flexibility. So that being said, I'm most likely going to have to keep doing that for the foreseeable future. So it's kind of boring not to have a video on Saturday. And I know you guys really enjoy coming to the channel, and every Saturday you have this Saturday review. So what I want to know is not which games you want me to cover, because I've got those lists. You guys have given me countless lists on games to cover, imports to cover, and so on and so forth. So I've got content I'm not worried about. What I am worried about are those pause moments between one review to the next review. Like I said, under normal circumstances, I can batch those together and I can get those out, so you'd have 3 weeks to a month worth of content where it's just every week you get a review. But then I need the time to put together the next batch. And like I said, I tried to do it individually. And what I found was happening was I was having more like a 2 to 3 week period in between every video, because it's the setting everything up, being home to have to work on capturing the footage. It just made more sense for me to say, you know what, I'm going to block off this amount of time, capture footage for that entire duration, and then I can slowly piece together the edits and this and that. So that's just the way it worked out with my schedule. So what I need to know from you guys is, what can I do that doesn't require Saturn footage, potentially, that I could do to fill in the gaps, instead of just having say 3 weeks with no content. That you're not gonna like that. I wanted to do videos like this, I wanted to do vlogs, but I've already done a lot of memory videos. I've already done a lot of just speaking about some of my favorite games, what it was like to be a fan of the Sega Saturn in 1998, talked about the rise and fall of the Sega Saturn, done a lot of videos like that. And if taking the time to capture the footage is the problem, well, obviously I don't want to be oh, well, okay, I'm going to have, some more video footage and talk over that. That doesn't help me at all. So it would need to be something like this, like a quick shoot sort of series whereby I could talk about the Sega Saturn and get a few things going like that. So I really wanted your opinion on this. I really want to hear what you have to say of what I could potentially do to fill in those gaps, and hopefully you guys are okay with that. Now I know I've had a couple of people write in and saying, oh, what if you did a Patreon and then you could say if you hit a certain threshold you'd guarantee that there would be a Sega Saturn video every week. The reality is, unless I were to get something like $5,000 a month or something like that, that's not really feasible. I can't really do that. I have so many life what do I want to say? I have so many life obligations that I have to do that I can't really just stop everything that I'm involved in to work on these particular videos. And I don't know if I'd actually want to do that, because then this becomes a job, and I don't want this to be a job. You know what I mean? I like being able to do what I do with you guys and provide the content that I provide for you. So I'm leaning more towards would it be okay to have 3 weeks of vlogs and then a month or around a month of reviews, and then we shift back, maybe 2 weeks the next time of vlogs and another 3-4 weeks of video reviews, and we keep going like that. But in order to do that, I have to have stuff that you guys want to hear me talk about. The reason obviously I put this today is because I know the greatest amount of people are going to watch this video today. So hopefully I can get some good feedback on what you suggest I do here, because it's just not feasible with my schedule to get reviews out on a weekly basis. I tried and tried and tried, and it's getting harder and harder and harder to do. So I'd like to give myself a buffer, where I can say, okay, I'm working on a couple of reviews, and this is what else I'm doing. But right now I don't have that. So currently I haven't even captured footage for the next set of reviews. I haven't had a chance. I'm not even sure what I'm going to cover just yet, but I don't want recommendations for what to cover next, because I have tons of those. I'm much more interested, like I said, if you guys could come up with some ideas, something creative that potentially you'd like me to talk about to fill that void. So hopefully someone gives me some good advice and we can get that going. So next week I could have a vlog up while I work on the next set of Saturn videos that I want to put together. Okay guys, that's it. I'm sorry, no Saturnday video this week, and probably not going to be one for next week too, unless a miracle happens. So hopefully I get a good decent amount of comments so that I can go through those and say okay, that's not a bad idea. I can do that. It's not going to take too much time, and here we go. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, as always, for checking out the channel, and I really am excited that we're pretty much over the plateau there. We're getting there to completing all of the Sega Saturn videos Sega Saturn video games that were released in North America. It's going to be really exciting to be able to say that, we did it. We went through all of the main non-sports related Sega Saturn releases. That's pretty damn cool. Alright guys, until next time, I will catch you all in the next video.